Hello students, how are you? I hope you all are well and in a happy mood. Okay dear students, so let us begin today's class. So today we are going to continue with determiners. So let me revise what we have discussed in my last class, in my last video, what I have explained about this topic and what we have discussed. Let me explain once again, let me revise. So students, we discussed in my last video the definition of determiners. Determiners are the words which are used before a noun to fix determine. Determiners are the words which are used before a noun. They are used before a noun to fix, define or determine, to fix define or determine noun. Okay, so we have also discussed determiners includes articles a and the and various types of adjectives, demonstrative adjectives, possessive adjectives, adjective of numbers and indefinite pronouns. Okay, so determiners includes articles, demonstrative adjectives, possessive adjectives, adjective of numbers and indefinite pronouns. Okay, so we have also gone through the examples of each in my last video. So in the last video we discussed about the uses of articles, uses of demonstrative adjectives, uses of possessive adjectives and uses of adjective of number. We started discussing the uses of indefinite pronouns and we discussed indefinite pronouns. We discussed in my last video, we discussed the use of indefinite pronoun each and every. So let us continue with the groups of indefinite, with the same groups of same categories of indefinite pronouns. So in my last video we took some and any. So in this video we are going to take some more categories of indefinite pronouns. Okay students, so let me start with the use of no, any and some. Use of no, any and some. No and any. Dear students, no and any are used in negative and interrogative. Negative and interrogative sentences. Sentences, while some is used in affirmative sentences. Okay dear students, use of some, any, no, any and some. No and any, they are used in negative and interrogative sentences, while some is used in affirmative sentences. For example, I don't have any money. There is no school in my village. There is some water in the pot. Okay, so note it down, then I will write some examples. So I hope either you have noted it down or you have taken the screenshot. and if you haven't noted down or haven't taken screenshot, so you can pause the video, okay, and do it. I'm going to rub it now. Okay, students. Let us go through the examples of some, no, any, and some. There is no school in my village. There is no school in my village. So here, no, it is used in negative sentences and interrogative sentences. Okay. Do you have any money? Do you have any money? So, any. It is an interrogative sentence. In answer to this question, you can say, yes, I have some. Yes, I have some. Or you can say, no, I don't have any. No, I don't have any. So the students, you have seen that no and any, they are used in no and any, they are used in negative and interrogative sentences, while some is used in affirmative sentences. Okay, students, have you got? Let me write some more examples of it. So here are more examples of some, any, and no. There is no truth in what you say. Negative sentence. There is some milk in the jug. Affirmative sentence. He did not buy anything from the market. So dear students, as we have seen in all the examples, no and any can be used in negative and interrogative sentences, while some is used in affirmative sentences. But it is not hard and fast rule. Let me tell you some exceptions and some conditions in which we can use some in even in affirmative sentences. First, note them down. First, everyone please note them down. So I hope you have noted them down. Now, dear students, let me give you some conditions in which we can use some even in interrogative sentences and even in negative sentences. So what would be the conditions? Dear students, if you are sure that the possible answers is going to be in affirmative, in that condition you can use some. If you think the possible answer is going to be in affirmative, in that condition, listen to me very carefully. If you imagine the possible answer, the question which you are asking, answer to that question would be in affirmative, in that condition, if you are expecting a positive answer, in that condition you can use some in interrogative sentences also. Okay, some can be used in interrogative sentences also in that condition when we are expecting a positive answer from someone. Okay, let us go through the example to make it more clear. there is a lot of boys. There are there sorry there is a lot of noise, not boys. There is a lot of noise in that room. In that room are there some boys in that room? Look at it, students. There is a lot of noise in that room. Are there some boys in that room, or are there some boys there? So just now we have discussed that we cannot use some in interrogative sentences, but it is an interrogative sentence. Even then, some has been used. So can you tell me why? Because students, here this sentence shows that the speaker is sure about what he is saying. From the next room he is listening the noise. From the next room he is getting the noise, and the speaker is sure that there would be some boys in the next room. That is why the noise is coming. So in such conditions, when we are sure that the answer is going to be in positive, when we are sure about what we are saying, in that condition, even in interrogative sentences, some can be used. Okay, more example. If you are going to ask for anything to someone and you are sure that you will get that thing from that person, you are sure about that, in that condition you are going to use some even in interrogative sentences. For example, could you please borrow me 100 rupees? Could you please borrow me 100 rupees? So here, students, if you are sure that the person is going to borrow you 100 rupees, in that condition you can use not 100 rupees, sorry, could you please borrow me some money? Sorry, I have forgotten to use some in this sentence. Could you please borrow me some money? Yes. Okay. Here, students, you are making a request and you are sure that the person would help you. So in that condition, we use some even in interrogative sentences. So got it? So before writing these examples, you can write down some can be used in negative and interrogative sentences when the speaker is sure about what he is speaking or what he is saying. Some and any can be used in interrogative sentences provided that speaker is sure about what he is saying or what he is speaking. Okay, so I hope you have written it. Now after writing it, you can note it down. So please note it down. So I hope you have noted them down. Let me rub them. Now let us discuss use of all and both. So as we know that all denotes the whole quantity, while both denotes the two quantity, two units. All denotes the whole units, while while both denotes two units. Okay. So all denotes the total of many units together. So here many, instead of many, you can also use whole unit, while both shows the total of two units together. Okay. So this is difference between all and both. All refers the whole quantity, the total quantity, while both refers the two of the total quantity. Okay, or total number. Example. So not total quantity, it is total number. They are used for countable nouns. Okay. And all either can be used countable nouns or can be used uncountable nouns. But both is used with countable nouns only. Okay, students. And mostly we use whole in the sense of all. Instead of all, we use whole with uncountable nouns. So the cat drank whole the milk. Okay, so mostly we use all with the countable nouns, but it can also be used with uncountable nouns. Okay. Examples. He gave me all the mangoes. He gave me all the mangoes means the total mangoes which he had. Okay. Both the husband and wife were elected to the assembly. Both the husband and wife were elected to the assembly. So here both refers to husband and wife. Two quantity. Okay. So both means two, while all means the all units or all numbers. Both mean two, number of a couple of people. Okay, two, that is both. Okay, students, done. So both means couple, two, both. Okay, so they are same. And all means the all numbers, the all units, the total units. Got it? So note them down, please. So I hope you have noted them down. Let me rub them. Now let us discuss use of either and neither. Either means none of two. Either means anyone of two, and neither means none of two. Okay. Either means anyone, while neither means it is also pronounced either and neither. Okay. So while neither means no one. Neither is negative, while either is positive. For example, you can buy either of pens. It means you have to make choices between two pens. So it is a suggestion. Both pens are good. Both pens are okay. So you can buy either of the pens. If both are not good, so you can buy neither of the pens. Okay. So either gives us a positive sense, while neither gives us a negative sense. Either and neither. Either means one of the two persons or things, while neither is the opposite of either. either means one of the two persons or things, while neither is just opposite to it. Neither of two persons of thing, none of them. Okay. So examples, as I have given you the oral examples. Now let us do some examples in written. I can speak on either or neither side. I can speak on either side means I can speak for favor and I can speak for against. So here I can say that I can speak for either side. I can speak on either side. If I cannot speak on either side, so we can say that I cannot speak on neither side. Means neither you can speak in favor nor you can speak in against. Okay. So this is the difference between either and neither. Both can be used at the same place, but meaning would be changed. So note them down, please. You may buy either of. You may buy either of. Here I am writing. Either of the pens. Second one, you may buy either of the pens. Means both pens are good, so you can buy any one of them. So both pens are good, you can buy any one of them, or you may buy neither of the pen. You can buy neither of the pens. It means both are not good, you should not buy them. Okay, so please note them down. Okay students, I hope you have noted them down. So I think this is enough for today's class, because then it will be too much and you may not be able to understand. So let me revise once again. So we are discussing determiners. Determiners are the words which come before noun, and they fix, define or determine the noun. In our simple words, we can say that determiners work as an adjective. Determiners includes articles, demonstrative adjectives, possessive adjectives, adjective of numbers, and indefinite pronouns. We discussed uses of articles, use of a and the. We use article and if any word a and they are used for singular countable nouns. First thing, a and they are used before singular countable nouns. First thing. Second thing, an is used when words start with vowel sound. An is used when any word, any singular noun starts with a vowel sound, not vowel word, it's vowel sound. A is used if any singular noun, starts with the consonant sound. Okay, so this is difference between a and an. While the is used to particularize anything. While the is used to particularize anything. Okay, if we talk about any specific thing, there are so many uses of the which you must have studied in detail when you had been taught, detailed chapter of article in your previous classes. You must have done the detailed uses of articles. Okay, if not, then please have a look. So we have discussed the frequently use of the is we use it to particularize any object, any person or anything. For example, so bring me the book which is on the table, which is kept on the table. So it shows I am talking about that particular book which is on the table. Okay. So I saw the boy who had beaten you. I saw the boy yesterday who had abused you. Okay, so I am talking about the particular boy who had abused. Next, we discussed demonstrative adjectives: this, that, these, those. This, that, they are singular. They are used to point out singular noun. This pen is mine. That pen is yours. These and those, they are plural. They are used for plural nouns. These are my books. Those are your books. No, not these are my books. Yes, this is a big mistake, dear students. This, that, these, those, they are demonstrative adjectives as well as demonstrative pronouns. I said these are your books. Here it is not determiners, because here it is demonstrative pronoun. You must know the difference between demonstrative pronouns and demonstrative adjectives. This, that, these, those, they are demonstrative pronouns as well as demonstrative adjectives. So they work as an determiner if they work as determiners if they are demonstrative adjectives. If they are used as demonstrative pronoun, then we can't call them determiner. We can't call them determiners. Okay. So these mangoes are mine. Here it is demonstrative adjective. How to identify? If this, that, these, those, they are used before a noun and point out to a noun, then they are demonstrative adjectives. If they are used instead of a noun, then they are demonstrative pronouns. Is it clear? Then we discussed about possessive adjectives like my, your, on, their, etc. This is my book. This is your book. This is my marker. Okay. So these are their copies, etc. Then we discussed adjective of numbers. I bought one new book today. Yesterday I saw anything, 2 cats, 2 black cats. So 1, 2, 3, 4, first, second, third, fourth. So they are adjective of number. They can divide them into cardinal numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And ordinal numbers, first, second, third, fourth. We can divide them. So adjective of numbers. They are collectively called adjective of numbers. Okay. So now we are discussing indefinite pronouns. First we discussed the use of each and every. Each is used to indicate any person, place or thing individually, while every gives us the sense of whole. As I told you that many examples. So each boy of the class was punished. So it means if there were 30 boys in the class, all got punishment. Every boy in the class brought new pens. Okay, every boy. So here every boy or every students means I'm not sure that all 40 or all 50, what may be the number, all of them have brought the pens. Okay, if I am saying every students got punishment, it means I am not sure that all 40 got punishment. It is not that 40 got punishment, but maximum number, about 38, 37, 36, they got punishment. So in this case, we go to school every day. It means we don't go on holidays or when we don't feel well. Okay, so this is difference between each and every. And today we have discussed uses of no, any and some. Okay, and what is the difference between all and both, and what is the difference between either and neither. Please go through them, they are very important. Okay students, so this is all about today's class, today's video, this video. So in my next video I will discuss more about determinants. So thank you and bye bye, see you in my next video.